Hey, you like laughing about Assassin's Creed? Me too. Hey, Ubisoft is a dumpster fire, though, right? Hey, everybody, what's going on? I'm Craig. Welcome to the Side Scrollers Podcast channel. I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and join all the normal men, the 100,000 normal men, as we continue to grow here and bring back common sense in the video game space. Okay, so let's talk about this. We talked about this video from Endymion a couple days ago. We did a video about it, talking about some of the things. But I wanted to go back to this video because there's some little nuggets in here which I think are definitely worth talking about, including rumors about the next Assassin's Creed game. Now, look, we all know about Assassin's Creed Shadow, the dumpster fire that is currently ongoing with that game, the delay in it, which we're going to have more about that here in just a little bit as well. But I specifically want to talk about the next one, Assassin's Creed Hex, which I think it's Hex because it's based around witchcraft and hexing and stuff like that. There's about a 1-minute nugget in this video where Endymion talks about the upcoming game and the direction they want to take it. Now, as you're watching this, as we're exploring this video, this 1-minute little clip, which, by the way, I'm going to link to the entire video down below. I encourage you to check out the entire 24-minute video or 25-minute video from Endymion. It's brilliant reporting. All this is based around his conversations with people at Ubisoft, these sources that are working in there that pretty much have had enough of all this nonsense that's happening at their workplace. Look, you may look at all the insanity that's happening that's in the video game space, but there are so many normal men that are just working in the video game space that are like, what the hell is happening? The same way you're saying that to me right now. What are we talking about here? All this craziness is happening. They're saying the same thing, but they can't speak out about it, right? So they go to people like Endymion, and Endymion shares their story. So here we go. Let's get into this. This is about the next Assassin's Creed Shadow, Hex. So here we go. Let's just listen to this insanity.
I was also told that the next Assassin's Creed, which is called Hexy or Hex, which is set during the Salem witch trials, was being internally claimed, and get this, to be the gayest Assassin's Creed yet.
So, hey, didn't we just see this recently with, I know we did. We just saw this with that show on Disney Plus that was like, it's the gayest Marvel project ever or whatever, right? That Agatha show. And that's done really well. And by done really well, I mean, right? So anytime you label yourself as the gayest, or even if, like, think about this, if Assassin's Creed came out and was like, it's the straightest game ever, or it's the blankest game ever, like, you're kind of pigeonholing yourself. Insert whatever you want, but let's go to continue. So we have the gayest Assassin's Creed ever. Okay, coming our way.
I'm told that it only has a single female protagonist, and it's also the most fantastical Assassin's Creed yet. There will be lots of mysticism, and will also have, as they said, very striking visuals. I don't know if that means an entirely different art style or anything, but this is what I was told. It will still,
which, by the way, I think that would actually be a pretty good thing, right? Like, totally changing up the art style. If it's going to be super mystical and stuff, okay, fine. Give it a new look. Make it whimsical. I mean, we're dealing with witches here, right? Hexing. Let's continue.
It'll be an open world action game like the other ones, but from what I've been told, it is the biggest departure yet for the series. My sources claim that Hex or Hexy, whatever it's called, is very, very female power oriented. We are talking lots of lesbian relationships and female characters. It has witch covens and apparently very little masculine presence within the game.
What is up with, like, the idea of witches being gay? That's the thing that's like popped in the last little bit. You know, it's all of a sudden like, oh, witches are so gay. Like, what is the talk? Whoever thought about where witches put their privates? Like, they're witches. They're evil. They're like, who cares? What? And is that really the best thing that you really want associated with? Like, okay, that's what we're doing. This is the narrative that we're pushing along the way here. Holy shit, this is nuts. Okay, let's continue on. But before we do, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Join the 100,000 normal men. Appreciate that.
Although my sources told me that they believe that the game will be scaled down in the future and then made into a Liberation-esque game instead of a mainline title. If you know the one that had, the smaller games. Anyway, let's keep going. Mostly because Ubisoft does not have confidence that Hex will sell well at all.
So why are you spending time on it if you have confidence that it's not going to do well? then just shelf it. Move on to another project. Oh, that's right. Their ego and the activism is going to get in the way. Listen.
And this too was put into development when a lot of these pandering games were first being pitched or made. Internally, as I was being told, the developers behind Hex joked that the game will indeed piss off the fan base, but they wanted to make it anyway. I assume because the game is devoid of male characters, besides, of course, the ones you probably kill or hunt.
Hold on. Doesn't that just like piss you off? Right? And shouldn't that piss off everybody who is like, if you're the CEO of Ubisoft, like Yves Guillemot, right? And his family, which owns like 5 of the, I don't know what, 11 seats of the board or whatever, like the Guillemot family, Yves Guillemot. If you're Yves Guillemot, the CEO of Ubisoft, and you're like, look, this is going to piss a lot of people off and nobody's going to buy it, but let's just go and make it anyways. Aren't you as the CEO being like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Why are we making this game? Why are we investing money? How is this publicly traded company being allowed to, I don't know, just piss people off for fun? Hey, it's only hundreds of millions of dollars down the drain and no return on investment. And to take it a step further, okay, there are financial advisors, and then there's a fiduciary requirement, right? The fiduciary requirement of an investor is that it is your job. It is your job, your fiduciary requirement to make sure that your investors are in the best place to make money. It is a legal requirement, your fiduciary duty. That is what it means. How the fuck is that even remotely okay? Oh, we know it's not going to sell. No, every game you make, every single game you make, you should make to be a just ridiculous success. There should never be a C game or a B game. Every game should be a quadruple A games, right? Skull and Bones, right? It's sort of horrible mindset. Let's finish this up here.
Game is devoid of male characters, besides, of course, the ones you probably kill or hunt. And like I said, it's going to have borderline magic at this point in the Assassin's Creed series, so expect lots of weird Isu gobbledygook, I guess, as well. But that's what I was told about Hex so far.
Okay, so there's a lot there, and that's only about a minute long, but there's a lot of information. So it's insane to me that they're like, well, look, we're just going to do this. And by the way, no one's going to buy it. And by the way, it's going to piss everybody off. But we're just going to keep on making it. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Let me know in the comments if there's been a game like that. I mean, obviously, we got the I did a video earlier today about the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game. Like, where did this come from? Like, how did this remotely become okay? But I want to continue this as there's more with Assassin's Creed Shadows, right? People have talked about, we're going to go from Hex now to Shadows. So roll with me here, guys. But as we go, there's been a lot of talk about the delay of Assassin's Creed Shadows and why that is. Well, this little nugget also came out today, and this is courtesy of GameSpot.com, as we're going to make our way over there and take this out. Now, Ubisoft's delay, they're talking about in this, they're talking about how the Ubisoft as a company is not in a very good space, obviously with Star Wars Outlaws being disappointed and only selling about 1 million copies of the game so far, which is dramatically underselling. You did a video about that yesterday. Ubisoft, thank you so much for sucking so much. But so there's been a lot of push internally at Ubisoft to delay Assassin's Creed Shadows, which once again, they announced that last week. And they're saying that this is currently not on the stage it needs to be for release. It says there are still adjustments to be made to fix the remaining bugs. However, and this is the most damning part about it, the larger issues apparently revolve around the desire to shore up the historical accurate aspects of the story, which people who have seen the trailer, that was one of the biggest things pointed out. And that's where like the entire like the entire country of Japan's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, it was brought up in their Congress. Be like, this is not right. How are you going to make some media about this? Anyways, one of the stated reasons for these 11th hour changes is that, quote, historical experts were brought onto the project much later than usual for a project of that magnitude. So they're having to go back and rework this entire thing, this entire story, because somebody was dumb enough to bring in probably the wrong historical person, right? We saw that early a couple months ago, people talking about how one of the historical experts was actually just a total fraud in this game, lending their expertise to this, and a total grifter along the way. So it just continues. The boulder of doom is rolling down the hill for Ubisoft. And there's even rumors today that like they could potentially be doing this on purpose. But maybe I'll do a video about that a little bit later. If you guys are new, once again, hit the subscribe button. Join the 100,000 normal men. Let's get to 1,100. Let's get to 1 million. Let's freaking go. Let's make some real change. Watch another video right here. Subscribe right here. Be back again with more here on the Side Scrolls Podcast channel. Appreciate you guys.